Welcome on back to Pixels for People Day 3, where we are raising money benefiting Child's Play. If you do want to donate, you can do an exclamation point D in chat and support us. But hey, if you're just here watching, that is completely fine too. We really do appreciate everyone who's tuning in. But now we are ready for Rockman and Forte with Ahmad and Working, and we have Mr. Cab on commentary. So whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thanks, Tally. Welcome back, everybody, to the year of Rockman and Forte. This time I'm not actually playing. We've got the two people who actually know how to play this game playing here. We've got Working and Ahmad. Do they have a countdown going on in the background?
Yeah, we'll handle that through Discord.
All right, so I mean we're ready to go. I think whenever. Rockman and Forte, one of the very, very extra late releases for the SNES. I think it came out in '98, which, if you're paying attention, is well into the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation era. This was sort of a game that came out to give a lot of Mega Man 8 features to people who still had a SNES. So things should look familiar. This game is one of the harder ones in the Mega Man series. We should have a lot of fun here. Working in a mod, numbers 2 and 3 on the leaderboard. Separated by a single second, so I guess Ahmad is technically the favorite here. But we'll talk about that more as we go. And it looks like we're getting started, so excellent. This game does have an intro stage. A lot of these SNES and PlayStation 1 games going that route. The slide in this game is great. We have a lot of movement out of it. This whole first stage is pretty standard Mega Man stuff. We're sliding, we're jumping. You know how it works. It's just a few simple mechanics. There are a couple of mini slides you're going to see here to get through these fireballs. Looks like Working had a little extra good luck there than Ahmad, getting hit back by those fireballs. Nothing much. This next screen here, we do want to take some damage. We're going to get through some spikes. It's pretty safe if you know what you're doing. It looks crazy. Well, there you go. I just jinxed it because neither one got it. Yeah, Ahmad not getting it, but maybe that works in his favor because he's going to be ahead. This game is brutal. This game is extra brutal. Ahmad coming, I think, off of a little bit of a broken PC issue, so maybe a little rust showing there. Working, maybe a little nerves. But yes, the goal here is to take damage from these cannons that do a lot of damage. We're going to hear a lot about the exact number of hit points that a lot of enemies in this game do. I want to say cannons are 5 or 6. And Mega Man, of course, with his 28 hit points. Looks like they're in a good position now. We're going to blame Ahmad's down button. Always blame the controller. And this little rain section is terrible. I see Working kind of really avoiding those bullets because this is a lot like Toadman stage where that wind is going to push you back to the left a lot more. Ahmad with the damage boost to make sure he goes to the right there. So they're both into King and Jello Devil. They made it. We made it, everybody. I am legally required to say that Proto Man is half the man he used to be here. King is robbing the Robot Museum of all of its data for some reason. Proto Man tried to stop him, and it just didn't work out. The Jello Devil fight. This is the Jello Devil from Mega Man 8, and it's not really going to do much. It's going to stand there and get shot a lot. Right after this, we will get to briefly see the stage select, which looks a little different than you might be used to for a Mega Man game. We only have access to 3 Robot Masters. You can kind of see there's a column of 5 to the right of that column of 3. As we defeat Robot Masters, more things will be allowed to go forward. Ahmad very happy with his kill there. Gotta love it. Just gonna let Coldman's music play for a second. This game's music is just beautiful. So the Buster is still a strong weapon here. We're in Coldman stage because Coldman's weapon, the Ice Wall, is probably one of the most useful weapons across the entire series. So this stage does have some good movement. It's got some well-timed movement here too. If you're familiar with Mega Man speedruns, you might know that a lot of players like to jump off of ledges instead of walking or running off them just to increase their fall speed. And these fall-away ice platforms are timed just perfectly, so if you land on them and do a full jump, they will be destroyed by the time you fall, so you have the maximum possible fall speed. Snowman mid-boss here, pretty much exactly what you see. It feels like he has fewer iframes than you think, because you could just shoot him fast. But it's good, what, like 15? It's a bunch of hit points. And it's just a lot of peril from here. That room with the spikes in the bottom and the ice flows, it's very easy to get caught down there. We're going to see another... This one's not an easy trick, so we'll see if they get it. That ice block wall, very nice from working. You can just make that jump, and then you need to be in position to have that ice block push you across. A mod not quite making it, but this game is at least full of checkpoints. I do wonder if a mod's picked up any extra lives. So Coldman, as a fight, all right, good. Working got the jump. I think we're all used to getting the jump as the slightly faster pattern, although Working's a little low on hit points here. So once Coldman is down to roughly half health, he will begin shooting these clouds in the air, and every time the lid's open, Working, daring that ice wall to hit him. Every time that lid is open, Coldman is impervious to damage. So you kind of have to time things out. Getting caught by the cloud just makes it so Mega Man can't really charge or shoot or do much of anything. So you don't want to do it. It's bad. So this fight becomes an exercise in being able to still do the right amount of damage in the right amount of time. Woo! As usual, the weapon get screens. Everybody gets a breather during those. If anybody needs to grab a drink, that's the time to do it. Into Burner Man stage. You can see Ice Wall being somewhat, kind of useful, nice looking weapon in the demo. Burner Man obviously is going to be weak to the Ice Wall. And we're going to start seeing some of the things this weapon can do. Already just jumping on top of it. All right, there's a fall through floor. Not a glitch there. It's actually just a hidden passageway, but still very nice. We're going to take a lot of damage in this stage, unfortunately, though. So Working here is going to go for it right about now. Forming an ice wall in midair, jumping off of it, getting extra height, an effective double jump. We're going to see a lot of that through this run, and it's one of the many things Ice Wall does. Ice Wall is pretty strong, too, because you can see it just taking out that little mini Gutsman's shots. So Ice Wall... Go ahead.
All right, awesome, because we just got a $10 donation from Forte. I probably butchered that, but I tried. He says, good luck to both runners, and may the ice walls be cool and zips be sippy. Thank you so much for that support.
Ice Wall is cool. All right, Working is on the last real screen of Burner Man stage. You see these giant tellies, and you're going to see the giant fireball get dropped there. That fire from the bottom of the screen that you saw for just a moment is instant death. Iframes work against it, but you don't want to get hit by it. So all the movement on the screen is basically get ahead of it. Working's fighting Burner Man, who if you get in there fast enough, just eats it. So we're going to get to see that again with a mod here while Working gets the weapon. You have basically as much time as it takes to slide up to Burner Man to fire that ice wall. You can fire the Buster into him for a couple of extra points of damage. A mod and Working both kind of paused on that second ice wall on purpose. That's just the way the damage works out. You want his iframes to run out so you can tag him one more time as he's getting pushed onto the spikes. You actually need to see him get pushed onto the spikes, and the spikes will do more damage to him. See, Burner Man, if you don't know that, is one of the hardest robot masters probably in the whole damn series. But if you know how to do that, Burner Man's easy. So one of the impossible casual bosses that if you can do the quick kill, great. And from that we get the Burner Wave into Pirate Man. Obligatory pirate noises go here. Yar. But this is our water level. Ice Wall does float, so physics do apply here. And I think both runners are going to go for the zip here. This one takes a lot of damage to set up, and if Working nails it, saves probably more than 2 seconds the way he was able to just get there over going the bottom intended route. And this is the one nice and calm stage. Working, having a little trouble here. Is he gonna... Right, he gets there before another whale spawns. That's good. There's a large energy drop waiting for him on the screen. He's probably gonna need it. Yeah, just a lot of smooth movement going on here. Mod does kill the whale with the ice wall. The ice wall jumper working there underwater is great. Just rising up much faster than climbing the ladder. Don't climb the ladder. Pirate Man, kind of actually a little tricky. You will take a decent amount of damage in this fight most of the time, but these two are professionals, so they should be okay. That burner wave does have the nice property of working and doing something underwater. You might have seen it push some mines out of the way earlier. Definitely damages Pirate Man. It's one of those weapons you wouldn't expect to work situations, and it works great. So let's just talk a minute about Rockman and Forte here, because working as intended. I thought about it. I thought about it. After you beat one of the column of 5 robot masters, you get access to this sort of crystal stage, the King Locker. Because we're not stopping Dr. Wily, we're stopping King. We saw King earlier in the Robot Museum. And this is probably one of the Mega Man games that sort of shows, yeah, this is why you can't go to the final stages right away. You know, you think Mega Man, just go to the final stage. What are you waiting for? Well, we've got to take out these, like, 8 sort of do you know how your weapon works rooms. Now, each one does give us a nice 100 bolts to use at the shop. That's nice. Bolts being the currency of the Mega Man universe. So why are we doing 3 of them now? Because we want to go shopping, and we needed about this much money to do it. And I'm pretty sure... I don't know exactly when each tier of weapons appears, but there's rows of items, and some of them are not available from the very start of the game. So we're going to buy 3 things here. We're buying the Energy Balancer, that gray thing with the orange light in the top left. The Spike Guard, which is cheap and lets us take 1 hit for free on spikes. And the damage... What is it? The Counter Attacker. That's the fireball. It's the Counter Attacker. The Counter Attacker makes it so that we do 2 extra damage with everything. If Mega Man has 7 hit points or less, you'll see Mega Man kind of grabbing his shoulder and breathing heavy. You might be noticing here that they're on different routes now, too. Ahmad is on the sort of weakness order world record route, the current world record route. Working is on the faster, not world record yet route. Working is going to get some weapons that will let him do some zips. We're going to follow Working, but do keep an eye on Ahmad. He's going to be on some interesting screens as he goes along, and we'll just get there later. So Astro Man stage is sort of meant to be puzzly, spacey, weird stuff. Nice back boost there. This is a game where Mega Man always goes backwards when he gets hit. So Working might be doing a clip here, but that is a really easy puzzle. You have to play Simon in that room and push the buttons in the right order, or you could clip through the wall. If the buttons don't require you to go faster, rather than sort of risk having a is this going to work for me today moment, you could just solve the puzzle. It's not that big a deal. Nice mid-boss kill from Ahmad there on the other side. So Astro Man from here. I'm going to be honest, Astro Man stage is more of a plan your damage, because you do need to get to a point where Mega Man has 7 hit points or fewer. Is he going to go for this? Oh my goodness, I don't think he has it. So he was trying to get into the wall to zip there with Ice Wall. Oh no! He's going to get this on the next cycle. Ahmad, by the way, end of Groundman section here. You need the Counter Attacker for this to work. Very nice. So Working is going to line himself up to clip through this right-hand wall while Ahmad takes out Groundman. Nice thing about the remote mines on Groundman, it will pop him out of the ground and when he tries to do a Drillman dive. So far, so good there. Working has way too many hit points. Because again, the point of the Counter-Attacker is that you are getting the critical health to do the extra damage. don't remember Working actually equipping it, but he's doing the extra damage, so I believe him. So Astro Man, if you fight him with his weakness, you can not really stun lock him, but he does have a stun animation. We don't get the benefit of that going this route, so Buster Shots it is. Buster technically more powerful than his weakness. It just doesn't stun him. Checking in with a mod really quick. He is in Tengu Man stage, which opens with an auto-scroller. I know everybody in speedrunning loves auto-scrollers. Just work with us here. This one actually gives you stuff to do. This one can actually be a little perilous if you don't know it, just because there is a spike section. These balloons do fall out from under you as you go. So Working is going into Dynamo Man stage. This is going to be the 8th robot for a mod. Dynamo Man has the weapon that is the second half of the zip combo, if you really want to get your zips working. So that's why Working is here. You can only access the stage after defeating Dynamo Man. Very nice. I don't think I knew you could do that. Slide under that thing. So Dynamo Man stage is full of conveyor belts that love to push you backwards as you walk along them. They start going faster, or you could just ride an ice wall. Again, ice wall, probably one of the best weapons in the entire series. Working is about to come up to this sort of a mid-boss thing. It's got a couple of cannons. They go up and down. They are only vulnerable at some points of time. They have an invincible sort of weird attack in the middle of everything. And he's going to line Mega Man's front fist up with those glowing lights on the wall and do that. Nice. This mod's fighting Tengu Man. We're going to just mention the boss fights are happening. Didn't get in here with exactly counterattacker level health, but Tengu Man's one of the robots that it really doesn't matter. I think you save one hit, so the amount of time it would take you to find the extra damage, you might as well just go in there and kill him. Working, looking a little, there we go. I was going to say needed one more hit. Takes another hit. Oh man, he had 8 hit points a second ago because those do 4 points of damage. Like I said, if you play this game enough, you start to know exactly how much damage everything does because your entire life is called get to 7 hit points so that you can do this extra damage. So Copy Shot, I should say. Copy Shot is a great weapon. You can see, maybe you can see it depending on, it's a flashing clone of Mega Man that fires shots continuously. Dynamo Man also only takes 2 points of damage from the weakness. But it's very nice. You can also shoot lemons while it's on the screen. That will still do 1 point of damage. And again, everything gets 2 points added onto it from the counterattacker. Dynamo Man, if you know what you're doing, you want to get on the top of the screen there just to shoot over the thing that heals him. By the way, Mod's doing a crazy damage boost. We'll see it later from Working, but train skip is great. Where was I? Oh man, 2 routes. So Working's back in Groundman stage. Ahmad did this a little earlier, so we're 2 robots different, and we're starting to get to the point where we repeat. Ahmad's going to be in Astro Man stage next. So Groundman stage is one where, again, your goal is to get down to 7 hit points. So this worm section coming up, nice ice wall jump, is one where you're going to just take a lot of damage. Ahmad's actually coming up to a section where it's not just take damage. He needs to survive these spikes, so if you want to check that out. Good first boost. Very nice. Has too many hit points right now, though. Working missed firing a mine into the top wall here against this mid-boss. You can get a shot in before it begins. Oh, that's why. Working's not going to actually kill him. The zip route is crazy. So, if you jump against an ice wall, you can do it just right to get Mega Man stuck in the wall. At which point, if you use Dynamo Man's lightning, it will push you up, unless you're in the air in like the mid jump animation you can be in when you're stuck in the wall, and then you go down. So then you saw him pause. Zips are weird. That's what got him in the floor to go to the right really fast, and then he went up through that vertical wall really fast. Very nice from working. It's stuff like that where I was saying earlier, this isn't the world record route yet. Groundman, even if he's in iframes, if there's an explosion hitting him when he tries to drill, he will not be allowed to drill. You don't want him to go on the ground because he can come out and you can dodge the big drill shot that comes out, but you just don't even want to deal with it. So keeping Groundman out of the wall is a priority. From there, your time is really just an RNG fest of how many times does he run around the room because you can't damage him as the giant drill tank. Ahmad, why? Did he get hit by an enemy spawning out of the screen? I didn't even see it. But that room is like deceptively dangerous. You must have had the one-up from Tengu Man stage. It's one thing that's nice about this auto-scroller section and workings in it right now. There is just a free one-up sitting there, and you've got nothing else to do but wait for the screen to catch up, so might as well get it. So, like, these birds and Mets spawning out of the wall here are just painful sometimes. But we said we were following working, right? So he's in the Tengu Man auto-scroller. Ahmad got the same pattern in the first room as working did. This second screen, it's a little fast moving here. The green balloons don't pop when you stand on them. The red balloons do, so getting that jump underneath that platform requires some pretty tight movement. Getting the timing down to kill all the birds. Birds, again, still jerks. So very nice. The reason with Tengu Man stage, I always like to say you actually are looking to kind of sort of keep your health is the cannon section on the screen after this one that he's on now. The cannons, I kind of mentioned it briefly in the intro, do like a lot of damage. It's like 5 or 6 hit points. So you kind of start taking a lot, and getting through that wall of cannons at the end can be annoying. Tengu Man, fortunately, like I said, it's only 1 extra cycle. If you don't have the counterattacker active, they're probably going to try and damage boost off of Tengu Man himself to take the last bit of damage. And Tengu Man hurts. He's going to get it, but it doesn't matter anymore now. Okay, I guess that's the right number of shots. Astro Man, for Ahmad right now, you can kind of see every time he gets hit, he gets that little like weird panic animation and stops moving. I mentioned that earlier that you can get not exactly stun locked, but stunned for sure, making that fight a lot easier. You kill him slower with the card because you're only doing 4 points with the counterattacker instead of 5 with the buster. But you know it's not that bad. One more robot for both of them. Both of them ready to go into their eighth robot master here. Working does either has to go for the train skip or decide to pass up on going for the train skip and disappoint all the fans. So let's see. Train skip. I mentioned Ahmad was going for it, but I didn't explain this section at all because, you know, different routes. You can kind of see it there. There's these trains we kind of have to wait on if you played Clown Man stage in Mega Man 8. Magic Man has those clowns as well. Those trains as well. And here it is. Pretty precise, just, again, back damage boost. That's the only way that Mega Man can make that jump. Saves, you know, a handful of seconds, or you die and have to start the whole stage over. It's only 2 jumps out of Sissy Roll for working. You can get a 1 jump. I think you can at most get like 4 or 5 jumps before working. The Sissy Roll will hit the back wall. So working's already taken a ton of damage in the stage, presumably, probably by design. He actually got some health back there somehow. So you want to be at low health for bosses. Mon's Dynamo stage looking pretty good. So working's doing a crazy zip right now. Not quite in the wall. Oh, he is in the wall. So here we go. Just going across this entire screen. And then lightning bolting to the top. He's zipping a little bit back to the left once he's up there to grab the ladder. He did that the last time he zipped up too. So Ahmad did the big skip. You know, I made a big deal about it. Watching his hit points, jumping up on them like little spiky platforms. Working is like, yeah, no, I don't need to do that. Ahmad can do that. It's worth noting against Magic Man, the Tengu / blade has 3 working elements to it. There's the shot that you rarely actually see. There's the slash, which is what you actually want to hit Magic Man with to stun him. If you hit him with any other, if you hit him with the shot, it won't cut him in half and stun him like that. There's also the sort of the slide dash animation you've seen a couple of times. That's very useful as a utility attack, kind of a charge kick. Mega Man has an invincible dash going on. So we're gonna go and break the rest of the crystals here in the King Locker and go shopping one more time. So last chance for breaks, everybody. We're gonna hit the road with the King stages.
Is that maybe a good time for me to read a donation?
Oh, right ahead.
All right, perfect. Because we got $2 from Chrissy saying, 2 of my friends racing, who should I cheer for? Good luck, everyone.
Thanks, Chrissy. I want to say the drill one here, because the crystal appears all the way on the right. It's the one of the bolts that if you want to skip a bolt, because you don't really need them all, and that one can save you 2 seconds by not collecting it. We are going to go shopping at this point, I think for just for 2 things. So the energy balancer and one of the items we're going to grab here, the hypercharger, which is sort of the quick charge, are completely optional. They're just very good quality of life and take minimal time to pick up. And Working's going to get an extra spike guard and then buy as many 1-ups as he can. I love it. The other item we're getting there is that's the damage transfer, which converts damage into weapon energy. It's only active if you want it to be. You have to equip it the same way as the counterattacker. We'll get to see that one later. So immediately the King stage is open with a zip. Nice thing about that is if you need to practice zipping, this is the place to do it. See a lot of the zip tutorials, do it there. If you get that one within 3 attempts, you've saved time. Otherwise, you're just wasting ice wall ammo. You only get your ammo back between stages if you defeat a robot master and get a weapon. So no more refills for us without a game over. So the rest of the stage, again, ice wall gets to shine all over the place. This next screen Working's coming up on. You want to kind of do that little hop here so you can get that ice wall in just the right place to do that. If you're standing, the ice wall will just fall down. Yeah, Mod's right behind right now. So Working really not with any room to spare. Nice ice wall jump from Ahmad. So Working is getting to sort of this green waterfall-ish, whatever that stuff is, screen. There's a very specific set of movements he's taking here. I say very specific, it's mostly called walk forward, but don't actually slide everywhere you can. It's that you kill all the frogs as you're jumping. He's going for a frame perfect trick, didn't get it. When you come out of a pause with Lightning Bolt, you have like a frame to jump, and you can kind of skip the animation of the room getting dark there if you get it. This boss has a name. Don't ask me what it is, I don't know. But it's the same boss from Wily 1 of Mega Man 8, but we don't have the Mega Ball, so we just have this. Working didn't get dunked at the end, that's good. So the copy shot. Copy shot is another property where it can draw the shots of that monkey away. Anything weak to copy shot generally aims at the copy shot instead of at Mega Man. Mod was too slow to get the new one on the screen and just got pegged by the monkey. So now you can see here too, this one only takes 2 points of damage from the copy shot. It's still easier to manage, but he's going to be here a while. Working, meanwhile, is on to King Stage 2. So again, set of enemies we want to get hit by to get down to that critical health range. energy balancer, making it so we get a lot of those weapon refills assigned exactly where we want them to. Jumping through those. You can use something like Lightning Bolt to kill them all, but those enemies are very liable to drop health drops, which we really, really don't want. And here is King Tank, the best boss in the game, because it's full of RNG. You can pretty much guarantee you're going to get one of these 3 compartments to open. You got the front cannon by standing there early in the fight and get that timing down. Oh, it's being nice to him. He's got the top part down. He's got it. It's over. It's over. That might be one of the fastest King Tanks you will ever see in this game, everybody. That was crazy. So that guarantees a mod's going to be there for like a minute just waiting for it to open and let him in. That's one of the most frustrating parts of trying to speedrun this game, is waiting for that tank to open up. Mod got hit by the Rhino's nose drill there as opposed to the body, so he didn't take the like 10 points of damage from getting bodied by it. That means he has only 3 here. He can get run over by the tank, or shot by the front cannon, but that's really it. So working here is in the best design boss ever, where you have to go across a chasm above these platforms that the boss can sometimes destroy and hope that you hit its tiny hitbox. He's doing all of this, of course, while also it actually throws health drops at you. Maybe they knew we would be speedrunning the game in this way, and they really wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on. Mega Man can't really make these jumps across 2, so you might even get to see the lightning bolt to hover there. That looks disastrous. It was disastrous at first because he slid off before the drill actually hit, which is crazy for a marathon. But as the moment the flying tank goes down, your respawn point goes into section 3. So there you go. Working again, doing the crazy zip. If he does this right, there we go. That saves doing the ice wall jump. That makes this game Buster only impossible. One of the spots anyway. That's King, by the way. We're supposed to kill King there. We're gonna not do that because that fight, it's a scripted fight with a cutscene and everything thrown in there. Doing that zip literally saves entire full minutes with an S on the end. So you can still play this game without it. That's fine. There's strats for the King fight, but certainly once you start getting to a certain point, you need to be able to get in the wall there. It's the impossible zip. So something happens, and now we're fighting King inside of both tanks at once. And because we did take that death, we got all of our health back, so you have to work all the way back down. Using Lightning Bolt here. He's getting King down to the point where 2 lightning bolts will kill him, and for some reason it just hits him twice there through the iframes. Not complaining, because it means we get through the fight faster. It was a little bit of a gutsy play there, since that giant cannon would have killed him, and he left that thing charge up for quite a long time. I don't know why there's a Dr. Wily logo on the screen here. Something must be wrong with the game if it thinks Dr. Wily's here. We're here to destroy King, but we just destroyed King. Oh no. So this refight stage actually looks very familiar to Mega Man X1 runners, and Mega Man 1 as well a little bit. You get little sections of stage that resemble each actual Robot Master's stage, and then we go and we fight him. So there's a specific setup there against Cold Man to get down to this 5 hit points we're at now. So we can come up here and take 4 damage from the drill of the Rhino to get the 8 hit points from the large refill to take some amount of damage from Astro Man so we can be back in counterattacker range. A mod got... Oh no! No! So you have to be in the air to zip down against when you're inside the wall. And if you zip up against King 2, a mod shows you exactly what happens there. You get caught up in the ceiling. And that is a soft lock. No way out of that one. So get the GGs out for Ahmad here, because he's really showing this game off. He's really been one of a few people with working who have kind of picked up this impossible game this year and show us why it's impossible. I feel like for every marathon race of this game we've had this year, we've had at least we've had a nice collection of soft locks and other strange things happen. So yeah, shoutouts to Ahmad for picking up the impossible game and just showing things off here. Working's just going through normal stages and beating up Dynamo Man again anyway. What did Dynamo Man do other than try and heal in the middle of a fight? So back in the Wily stage, you saw the Tengu Man dash there go right through that enemy without damaging it or Mega Man. Pirate Man, I kind of mentioned earlier, you have a problem of taking too much damage, and you kind of want to know how to not get hurt by him. This is exactly why. If you get here with super low health, you will be in a lot of trouble if you don't know how to dodge his shots. Working gets a large health drop, gets hit by the mines. The mines do more damage, I think, than the health drop gives you. And the last Joe gives him a large health drop. I did say that Tengu Man was one of the robots that you don't really care what your health is like, because you're going to do the same thing either way. Burner Man is the other for this exact situation. It just means that he takes a little extra time, but we're talking like seconds, so it's not a big deal. This is the Sissy Roll Zip. Oh, Working's going up here as well. You can, if you don't know how to zip here, use ice walls to make Sissy Roll spawn on the left side and drill straight down. There we go. So yeah, Working. You have to kind of pause on that zip down. That's the reason he was like stopping the zip, and restarting the zip, stopping the zip, restarting the zip. If you go down too fast, the screen just can't keep up with you, and it assumes, well, Mega Man must have fallen in a pit, so I'm going to kill him now. So just a little bit more for Working before we get to that hype final boss section here. Ground Man again is dangerous when you fight him the first time. He's dangerous when you fight him the second time. They've got him. Whoop. Yeah, jumping straight up against the sidewall when he comes into you is a way to avoid him without having to worry about how to do it. The drill strategy in this room is beautiful. It looks great. It can generate all sorts of lag if you don't do it quite right. There's a back boost here in the Tengu Man's refight, which makes Tengu Man spawn a little faster. It's good he got in there without getting hit by Tengu Man as well. That is something that can happen. And that's 8 robots. Classic Dr. Wily logo. Remember a little while ago I mentioned we got this item called the damage transfer. We're going to get Dr. Wily all the way down to 1 hit point. And you can kind of manipulate the skull machine here by just going underneath him. And he'll try and stomp on you, and you say, haha, and you jump up and you shoot him again. This game, if you have no ammo, Mega Man will fire a lemon. So with 2 hit points here, we're going to turn on the damage transfer, which turns off the counterattacker, so we do 1 point of damage. Fire a shot, get weapon energy back, fire 1 mine up there. Dr. Wily's going to spawn right next to that mine. Oh, look at that. We hit him when he had 0 hit points. I guess he must be dead now. So that's the quick kill. Goodbye, Wily Capsule. Get your GGs out for Ahmad. For Working. Get your GGs out for both of them. I'm going to get something to drink. It's a great quick kill. It's a 37 with at least 1 death in there. It's crazy. So yeah, this is the impossible game. Play this game. Rockman and Forte is one of those Mega Man games that feels like gets forgotten sometimes. It's also one that when we get to sort of relay season in the classic Mega community, we're always looking for someone to play this game, and I feel like this might be one of the first years that's not a true statement. But definitely play this game. It's a really fun one. You can play as Forte and use the dash as well. There's a couple of different categories for this game. You can check us all out on the Mega Man leaderboards and just learn the game. Let's all go have some fun with it. I guess that's it for Rockman and Forte.
And make sure to go follow the runners as well. There should be links to them both in chat right now. But yeah, thank you so much. That was awesome to see. It's a bit of a shame that Ahmad didn't get to finish, but that was still an excellent display of skills. So again, get some hype in chat for our runners. And with that, we will be getting ready for intermission because we do have more Mega Man coming up with the Mega Man 11 and the Mega Mar. So while we do get that set up, I do recommend that you take a break to make sure that you stretch and get something to drink and stay hydrated. And we will be right back with more speedruns.